Bro, bro, what's happening, people? Look, man, bro, are you fucking serious, man? Is this the game that we playing, still playing in this new century? Is this the damn game we playing? You mean to tell me, in order for me, is to give you some information, you're telling me that in order for you, and I'm speaking in general, in order for me is to give you, love you, and give you information, you mean to tell me you're not going to sit down and listen to me unless you have something, a motive in mind, or you want to get something from me for giving you information, waking you up, and telling you, giving you warning, say, hey, look, you from the tribe of Judah, you from the tribe of Levi, you from the, look, man, what in the hell is this society coming to, man? What the hell is our mindset? It's like slavery, man. It had, bro. That's the key word. It done a great deal of damage to us, man. You mean to tell me you gonna jump if I'm giving you information? You gonna jump in the middle of the damn conversation, cut me off because you ain't getting what you want, and I'm not give and say, hold, if you ain't giving me what I want, I don't want none of the true whether the information is accurate. I don't care if the information is accurate that you're giving me. It's like what you're saying. If I'm gonna listen to you, give me the information you want me to get and waking me up and bringing me back to who I am according to the Bible. But you got to pay me to sit down and take time to listen to you. How sick is that? That's like, in so many words, that's what the fuck it is. But you'll sit up all damn day for free looking at Esau on the news. Just fill your mind and your head up with a bunch of damn psycho lies. You were willing to listen to this man jump on the news and tell you a damn lie. Make that make sense. Waste your time instead of wanting to be educated and be educated to the buffoonery that Esau is pushing on our people. Like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, I was just thinking, is this the day? And I want to let y'all know, I got another topic that I want to talk about, a couple of topics. So I'm gonna be kind of like jumping all over the place. So I'm just letting y'all know, I'm gonna be jumping all over the place. And this video is, I don't know if it's gonna sound whack, whatever, but I'm just letting y'all know. So I'm asking, really, comment down below and let me know if I'm talking about one topic, and I'm letting y'all know I'm gonna be all over the place or whatever. Do y'all would prefer me to just stay on topic, even though the information is interesting? Or if I got something interesting to say and I say, hey, look, I want to pause and I want to jump the gun a minute. I want to like jump ahead of myself. But I'm going to still come back to my original point and talk about what I want to talk about. Just like the title of this video. You can't believe in the Bible and reject the commandments. You can't love God. Say you love God and you're not really, you don't give a damn about the commandments. It's impossible. So y'all let me know. Let me know if y'all think I should jump guns, but still come back to my original. Do y'all think I should do it like that? Just comment and let me know in the comment section. But anyway, in this moment, I'm going to do it. And I'm like, is this the kind of damn game we playing in this new so-called 2024? Is what with the new game we playing? In order for me is to hear you to hear me out. And me I'm passionate about giving you some information, but you're gonna sit right there and be like, "Hey, I need." You want somebody to feel sorry for you and go and do stuff for you and just run some slick ass games like that. That's your way of letting me know I'm not gonna sit and listen to the bullshit unless what you call bullshit, or I'm not gonna sit and listen to they'll put it like this, your truth, unless you go and do this or that for me. That ain't no different from a woman who is programmed and conditioned by Esau, the so-called white man, is to sell her body, her her bottom, buttocks, and all that stuff for some money, because she know that's what a man wants. So in order for him, and what they do is, and like I said, I'm gonna be all over the place now because I want to make my point. When women will do that, they see the power with, well, I guess they see the power. They say, well, this is power. So because if they know that a guy want them for their body or something like that, and they know that that's what they really want, in their mind, it's not really about real love, because men, black men, Hispanic and Native American men, I'm not even talking about so-called white men, Asian men, I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about black, my people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people. We catch feelings really quick. You see what I'm saying? I don't think, like I said, and this goes back to the video I think I did yesterday, almost 2 days ago, that in my strongest, honest opinion, I don't think that they really have genuine love in their spirit the way that they do. I don't think they do. You know, honestly, in my honest opinion, because when we go, even if you think about it like this, this is what I could be wrong. This is what I believe. I believe that when our men are conditioned, and all these ways come from the ways of Esau, the so-called white man, when they're willing to pay women, give them money to sleep with them, or whatever. Even within that, if that woman would say, I wanna marry you. Men, black men, Hispanic and Native American men, are men of color, like myself. We catch feelings really quick. That's just my honest opinion, from the way I feel, and I'm not telling you what nobody has told me. I'm telling you literally how I feel. I'm knowing this here. You see what I'm saying? That now I don't know. I don't know if I'm deceiving myself, but I'm just telling you honestly the truth. What they said, I'm telling you the God knows honest truth. Now y'all correct me if y'all think I'm wrong. If y'all think I got this wrong, please. And I know it's a lot of people watching my videos now. I'm not gonna. It's a good many people watching my stuff. Now, my videos. I mean, now if you think I'm wrong, put yes or no in the down in the bottom. If you agree with what, if this resonates, or if what I'm saying is 100% accurate or whatever, put different comments down there to let me know accurate, you on point, whatever. Just spam up the comment section with whatever. I mean, to give signals to say if what I'm saying is true, what I just said about, I think blacks, our men, Hispanic, and the real Jews of the Bible, our people, catch feelings really quick when it comes to the sister, to our women. You see what I'm saying? I have to be honest. If you look, you know what I'm saying. You know, most so-called black men, so-called Hispanic or Native American man or woman, we're not caught up into your purses and all that. We don't give a damn what kind of purse you got. You see what I'm saying? If you are if you look good to us, as what they would call fine or whatever, that's what you in the game with us. We catch feelings. We don't just, when we dedicate, I would say, now correct me if y'all think I'm wrong. When we dedicate ourselves to a woman, because I can speak, well, I don't want to say that because I don't want to look like I'm just coming on here and just trying to just like brag on myself. I don't like doing that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to even say that part right now. But let me know if y'all want to hear that. What I just said and I refuse to say, let me know. But I don't like to just come on make, you know what I'm saying. But I think black, Hispanic, and Native American men of color like myself, I think we fall. We catch feelings quick. We do. I think, in my honest opinion, from the way I feel the growing up, out of all of the 49 years of my life of living on the planet, and it doesn't make us weak, but in this society today, they gonna label you as lame and all. I got a whole tons of other stuff that I want to talk about, but even when men pay money to sleep with women, and the reason I'm talking on this end is because I know I can. I'm talking about it. Obviously, it's a concern for me. You see what I'm saying? And that means it resonates with me. That's why when I hear the brothers on the streets, uh, waking our people up according to the biblical truth of the Bible. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the real Jews according to the Bible. Our people has been colonized by the French and the Irish and the German, the Dutch, and all these different people, and they all had a hand in the slave trade and came and ate off the pie and benefited off of the rape, rob, and murder of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. When I first heard that, it blew me to the roof because I was like, damn, you mean to tell me I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist church? I grew up in these churches and I didn't know this? Like, what the hell? And then when I heard it, like the situation when they was making a distinction between Israel and the God's people that's living in the ghetto and in the slums. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa, it made sense to me. And then when they made the other statement about God only loved Israel, and they showed some scriptures in the Bible that the portion of Jacob is not like them, and Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. And then it says, Psalms 119 verses 148, he shows his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. Man, that blew me away when I heard that. I'm like, wow. What I'm saying, I didn't fight it. It just like that to me. I'm like, damn, it makes sense to me. And that's why I guess I'm tying all this in together to say that when it comes to in the dating world, when it comes to when it comes to into the dating world, being rejected by sisters and things of that nature, I can relate to that. Now, I would say some people will say, well, what you doing wrong? They will say, you must be doing something wrong because if you, no, I'm not doing anything wrong. You know, it's like I remember years ago when I was like in my early 30s, mid 30s, in my late 30s. I used to always, when I was in Georgia, I used to look for sisters. I used to go in Walmart. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I used to go into Walmart and I used to try to approach sisters because I liked them. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, and one of my and this is when I was in Seventh-day Adventist church. I would approach and I would say, "Excuse me, do you do hair?" I would be trying to just do something to break the icing. And I used to go in Walmart day in and day out in Georgia when I was in Georgia. And I would be approaching these people, but the vast majority of the time, I got rejected. Some of them would give me fake numbers. A lot of them did. Some of them gave me good number or whatever. Some of them, it's a very few though, would do that. Now, some of them actually gave me their phone numbers, but a lot of them would, when you call them and stuff like that, they like, oh, I'm busy right now. Can you call me back later? And this and that and the third. And I was just in that. I was in that movement, when I was in my 30s, and I called a lot, and then maybe it irritated them. Like, some of them would be outrightly rude and probably say, look, I'm not going to be able to talk right now. Or some of them would even bring a little deception in. They don't be done told, they been and gave me their numbers, and then sometimes a guy answered the phone. I'm like, wow, okay. So I felt like I was a little deceived. I was very deceived like that. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, man. And my whole aim was, I didn't know anything about the truth. I didn't know anything about the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and God only loved Israel, and He didn't love the heathens and things like that. I didn't know anything about that. So I'm sitting up there, I'm thinking that it's only 10 commandments, and I'm sitting up there, damn, if I can just get with a sister, I'm gonna teach her the commandment, because that was my whole aim. So when I would come out and I would say, excuse me, do you go to church? A lot of times I would approach them and say that, how you doing? Do you go to church? And then when I would do that, I would be literally trying to break the icing, to try to, like, you know what I'm saying? You know how you want to get to know somebody, and you say, well, you got to start from somewhere, so let's break the icing by asking them about church. Didn't know him from Adam. I just walk up to him, and sometimes some of them will be rude towards you and keep walking. Like, I used to walk up to sisters and like, excuse me, how you doing? And they'd turn around and look at you like that, and walk off like that. You know what I'm saying? Or some of them was aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Or some of them, excuse me, and a lot of them would be like, get away from me, go. Say, Some of them be like, I don't know you. And then some of them would I would approach, like coming in, I would be walking this way coming up, and they'd be coming in Walmart going, and I'd say, excuse me, and a lot of them would take and just keep going. And I ain't gonna lie, it would make me mad. I'm not gonna even lie. I'm being real right now, y'all. It would make me mad and angry, and I would be getting frustrated with getting rejected by him, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody likes rejection, but me in particular, I don't like rejection. I never did like it. I hated that. And sometimes I would get mad, and I would throw up the bird or throw up the middle fingers and stuff when I would get rejected by a lot of women and stuff. You know, because I developed part of that. I developed the attitude behind that, and so that's why when the brothers on the streets was breaking down, like, only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going through a whole lot. I said, I didn't call myself a this and that in the third, like a Jew or whatever. I didn't do that. I'm like, damn. Well, maybe the Bible is saying, it's talking about these people, because no other nation of people is going through that. Esau not going through that. The so-called white men not going through that. So-called Asian men not going through that. I said, it's only been us. So when I look, that's why this truth resonated with me. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I look, and then when they would break down, like, those are the curses, then they went to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verses 55. Deuteronomy 28 and 55. Let me get it. Hold on, y'all. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm gonna grab my Bible. I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, and about the rejection. Like, I'm gonna tie it into what I'm talking about now. Yeah, I'm gonna tie it into what I'm talking about now. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 56. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 56. And me getting rejected the way that I got rejected. You see what I'm saying? By a lot of sisters and stuff. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not embarrassed to say it right now, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it can be used for edification, to show the identifying marks of who these people are. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 56. The tender and delicate woman amongst you, which will not avenge to set the sole of her foot upon the ground. Now, when I first heard them read, I'm like, what the hell is tender and delicate here? What is this? For delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. When it says, for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom. Now, the first thing that went through my mind when they read this hymn, the black man hate black women, the black woman hate the black man, and the black man hate the black woman. And when I heard that, and when I first heard this read, I'm like, wow, it just looked like it just brought awakening. And I said, well, maybe that might be why I was getting rejected all the time by sisters, and they didn't know that they were under a curse. I said, oh, okay. These are curses, because God's chosen people is the one that's going through that. That's the only thing that would go through my mind. You see what I'm saying? And then another thing that really broke the ice in two was this text. It brought more clarity. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verses 46. It says, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, oh wow. So I said, I went to comparing all of that rejection. I said, well, maybe this is what the Bible's talking about. I don't know, because when I heard the brothers speak about it on the streets, it kind of it slowed me down, and like it was like a spirit was saying, pump your brakes, slow down, don't get so angry, don't get so mad. Understand, it's slavery that did this. It's that when they mentioned the Stockholm syndrome, I'm like, oh wow. It went to open up and bringing more clarity to me. I'm like, oh, so that's what's going on. So I said, after I looked on YouTube and heard them break that down, after for a while, I went to saying, well, you know what? I'm not as upset with the blacks, Hispanic, and Native American woman now as I used to be. I'm still ill. I still kind of carry anger in me, and I still tend to be aggressive if they're aggressive with me. But it kind of slowed me. When I came into this truth, it slowed me down a little bit, and it's kind of giving me a general idea of what's going on. So I'm able to deal with this type of stuff better. That's why I'm able to deal with loneliness a little bit better. I'm not saying I want to be lonely all my life. No, I'm just being honest. I'm just saying that I'm able to kind of cope and deal with it better. Like when my mother used to go around, my mother used to she would tell people, it's like, well, he was born with he couldn't read or write. He was in special ed. He was in, he was like a slow learner and things. I would get mad with her. I would be getting upset. But when I came into this truth, it kind of slowed the process, and it kind of calmed me down, because I'm starting to realize when I would hear the brothers on the street speaking and talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the only people that fit these curses in Deuteronomy. So I'm like, damn, wait a minute. I'm like, God, is you really talking about me too? Is you saying me, or is you talking to me, or is he not talking to me? Is this that's what I'm saying? I'm like, it's a possibility you could be, but the more, and then I said, okay, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get up the next day, and every time they post a video, I'm gonna tune into it and watch it. This was in 2018, and I'm like, and then I click on the video, because I used to watch One Body all the time. I watched the IUIC. Like, oh wow, they started saying more things, and the more I would listen to the videos, the more clarity came to me. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this is the reason why we probably have been experiencing all this shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, you know how you hear something, and the more you hear it, just start, yep. That sounds like this. That sounds like me. Yep. And then also they read Romans chapter 8 and 16. They went there. They said, they went to Romans 8:16. Matter of fact, I'm going to get it for you myself. Romans 8:16, the Bible says, the Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. I'm like, wow, whoa. It looked like it just kept bringing clarity. I said, man, I didn't even know all that was in the Bible. And I'm like, I'm sitting up there like, I thought I knew the Bible. But I came to a conclusion, I didn't know myself shit. I said, I thought I knew the Bible, but I'm realizing I didn't know anything. And I said, oh, that's why it's a possibility that we probably get rejected and stuff. Because I said, when they talk about the sisters having attitudes and stuff like that, black women having attitude, I'm like, oh, that's what happened. That shit came from slavery. And when they would read it out the Bible, and then here they say, well, look, this is what happened, the reason why we are in the condition that we're in. This is the reason why you're being, I think I would listen to the video, and this is the reason why the sisters treat the brothers like that. They would be saying, look, I'm going to show you in the Bible. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. We're gonna start here first, and we're gonna show you before it happened. We was blessed. Our women was tender and delicate. Our women did love each other. The men would actually carry the women. They wouldn't even let them walk on the ground. All that type of stuff. This is what I would be hearing. So when they read this in, and it shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken diligently, and when they say hearken, mean they broke it down, means to listen diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God. The voice of God. I said, what is the voice of God? And they said the voice of God, meaning keeping the commandments. The voice of God is studying this Bible and applying it. I'm like, oh, okay. The voice of God is studying the Bible and applying it to your life. I'm like, okay. The voice of the Lord thy God, to observe. That means pay attention. That's what they say. I said, observe. What does that mean? So they would say that means to pay attention and to do all his commandments, which I commanded thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. And then they would read, blessed shall thou be in the city. And they say, when you look at us as a people, are we blessed? And I'm like, in the city now. And I'm looking like, well, no, I was rejected. And I'm like, no, for a woman to actually reject a brother, that's nothing blessed about that. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing. There's nothing about that makes it's a good feeling. That's not a good feeling to get rejected. That's a horrible ass feeling. It doesn't feel good. Ask anybody, does rejection feel good? And see what they tell you. Ask them when they get rejected, do they walk around like, oh, that made me feel so good, I got rejected. For the most part, you're not going to feel good about that. It's going to make you feel sad. It's going to make you feel hurt. It's going to make you feel some type of way. You see what I'm saying? Blessed should thou be in the city, and blessed should thou be in the field. And then when they say, I say, what in the hell is the field? They said the field means the job that we work on. We work on jobs. We don't get a fair pay. I'm like, yep, I ain't never got no good minimum wages on a job. And they said the last hired and first fired. I'm like, wow, whoa, okay. I said, yep, I be getting fired all my life. That's what I said. I said, yeah. And it resonated when they heard it. I said, oh, it makes sense. I said, well, maybe you is talking to me. I don't know. I mean, I can for sure say when I look at my life pattern from 15 to 16 when I got my job working at Walmart, and how they fired me because I was a good worker. Everybody knew I was a good worker, but I still ended up getting fired because they claimed the manager named Don Sim, he was an Edomite, he was a so-called white man, came up and said that I would be passing up water spills and all that kind of stuff, wasn't mopping up the water and all that kind of stuff, and he gave me a pink slip paper, and it represents you was being terminated from the job. So I'm like, whoa. And every job, it seemed like I always had problems with getting along with certain people working on jobs. Yeah. It seemed like I always had a problem. For some reason, I worked there a while, and I'll be like, man, I hope I can stay here a while. When I got a job working at Golden Corral, now I feel like I was working hard, and I was putting 2 and 3 racks in one machine, but I was gonna wash the dishes over and over and over, but because when the way the managers was looking at it, which made sense, it's like when you put too many racks up in there and you washing dishes, the dishes ain't gonna get that clean. So somebody went and reported and told them that Clarence, so and so, talking about me, went and put 3 and 4 racks of dishes in the machine, and it caused me they fired me. So when I had good intentions. But I guess at that moment they felt that maybe that I violated their terms. You see what I'm saying? And I took full responsibility for that. I was wrong for that. Maybe I was. But for the most part, it seemed like I always had a problem with people. They didn't have no mercy upon me. They liked it my work. Yes, of course they liked it my work. But as far as like loving you like that, no. That's why when I came into this truth, maybe it was for me. Maybe it was for me to advocate for it. Maybe it's for me to tune. I've been tuning into the videos ever since, and even to this day, even though I put content out talking about things like that or whatever, I still go and watch the content creators of the Hebrew, the brothers that be speaking about the original language was taken from the Mexicans, called the Conquistadors, and that's why they speak Spanish, because the Portuguese, they was conquered by the Portuguese, and like in 1492, something like that. And when I heard all that information, I'm like, man, I pray and hope to God that I'm an Israelite. I mean, well, I was saying, Lord, I pray and hope to God. I said, I hope I'm in that. Because even though I was sitting up there saying, I hope to God and I pray to God that that you had mercy and that my father was this and that and the third. But what's so strong and strange about it, I still would be defending the truth. I still would be defending. When people say, oh, anybody can be saved, I'm like, no, can't no anybody be saved. And I found that to be very dope. Even though you don't know where your fathers come from, you don't know where they come from, you find yourself still defending the truth. And that I've been guilty of that ever since I came into this truth in 2018. I've been guilty of doing that, still defending the truth, regardless. You see what I'm saying? You still have a desire to defend it, even though you be doubting yourself, saying, man, you may not be an Israelite. But it's for some reason when somebody come up and be like, man, God loves everybody and God this and that, it's like I be trying to go to the script. Wait, I'm gonna show you that ain't you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that's what I would be doing. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, that ain't true, man. That ain't true. No. I'd be like, read what's that scripture? Because sometimes it'd be kind of hard to shoot the shots at them when they be trying to debate you. You see what I'm saying? When they be sitting there debating you and shit. And you be trying to be like, well, let me go to read Psalm 148 read Psalms chapter 148 verse 19. He shows his word unto Jacob and his statutes. I would actually, even though I don't even know who my father's is, and you know what I'm saying, I'm sitting there, you don't even know whether you're Israelite or not, but you still had a spirit in you to defend the truth regardless. You see what I'm saying? You like, because you be going, I be doing, like I said, I be like trying to go to the scriptures. No, that the word Gentile is mentioned. No, you got it mixed up. I said, no, I'm finna show you in the Bible. I be like going through trying to, I'm gonna show you that ain't true. Keep on talking. You know, that's how I be. I be real passionate about it like that. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, you don't know. You saying all of that, you don't know whether you're Israelite. You don't know what, because I don't like to go around and claim something that I'm not. But at the same time, when people come up and they try to say something like, well, God loves everybody. I'm going to show you John 3:16. I'm going to go to Isaiah 45. Let me show you in Isaiah 45. You know, I'd be like quick to go in here and get the scripture. It's like you still had that passion for it. Somebody tell me what they think that means. Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is another scripture that they read too. I didn't read to y'all yet. When I first came into this truth, Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15, it said, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, that means pay attention, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And when I'm listening, when I knew into the truth, I'm like, okay, what is a curse? They would break it down. The brothers be on the streets breaking it down. The curse just simply means to be devoted to destruction. The curse means you don't really know who you are. I'm like, wow, okay. Then it said that these labels was put up on our people, and then they would talk about. I said, well, if somebody is from Nigeria, that means they not an Israelite. So I was that's what I was subscribing to, because I was still new to the truth. And then I had to come to and catch myself. One of the Israelite, I was putting in a comment section, because somebody was asking me in the comment section, if I'm from Nigeria, if I live, born and raised there, does that make me a Nigerian, or does that make me this and that and the third? And me being ignorant, being passionate about the truth, I accidentally gave them the wrong answer, until an Israelite brother came in and said, no, it's not about where you live. You can't determine where somebody's from You know what I'm saying? You can't determine whether, say, a person is from there, he was born and raised there, and say that they are none. You can't determine that. You still got to test the spirit. I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, I didn't know that. That's what I was saying, because I'm still fresh into it. So that's why I stopped going around and I stopped judging people that say they live, because they say you have to remember one thing. The children of Israel was scattered everywhere. And I'm like, oh, and then they use the scripture. Let's go to this is what I'm gonna show y'all what they did. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 27. I'm gonna show y'all what they was reading to me, because I'm like, oh no, what is he going to? They ain't got this religious stuff. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 27. Look what it says. And the Lord shall scatter you amongst all the nations. And the Lord shall scatter you amongst the nations. And I'm like, wow. And ye shall be left few in number. Then I said, well, few in number, what that mean? They would say black on black crime, our people killing each other. And then when they would talk about, have you ever been walking somewhere and your brother eyed you up like, or your sister eyed you up like they wanted to fight or whatever? I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yep, I experienced that. So when I look at stuff like that, it kind of give me a general idea. It's a possibility that I could be, but I don't walk around with that on my shoulders saying that, because the Most High said in the Bible, I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So, and the only reason why I'm saying that, just for humbleness, and I don't want to sit up here and act like I know everything, and I don't want to sit up here and call myself something, and you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying, for sure, or whatever. But the only thing that I can say is that I can relate to the experiences and stuff when it comes to look like it's raining. Oh, okay, it look like it is kind of sprinkling out there. So when I look at the conditions of my life, and like, damn, my brother's been locked away and been in the prison system or been in the jail system all their life. And the only reason why I'm saying that, I'm not saying this to put nobody down or expose too much information. The only reason why I'm doing this video right now is for educational purposes, so that if somebody watched this video, go back and they look back on this video or whatever, they can watch it and they're like, oh, okay, it might help open somebody else's eyes up, because some people need to hear this. And it may give them some hope or whatever. So that's the only reason why I feel. And then I said, have you ever I was asking myself, have you ever grown up, and have you ever owned $1,000 or $2,000 at one time in your pocket? And have you ever had this? And no, because I've been in poverty all my life. So we grew up, didn't have the, I said we came from a single parent household, like, okay. And then it's certain other stuff I'm not going to say right now due to the fact of just whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to talk with a couple of the family members and we'll have a talk about it. And I let them know what I want to say and put out there, you know what I'm saying? But I'm willing to do it though, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get their consent or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm just gonna keep it kind of casual for right now, you know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm hiding anything. I don't believe in hiding anything. I don't believe in, I just don't believe in the line and stuff like that. But the only thing that I can relate to is being confused, and I'm not just saying it just to be saying it. But when they would read these scriptures and stuff, and then they went to another one. I'm gonna show you the other one that the brothers, what woke me up, what gave me a general idea, and what woke me up. What that scripture was, it was one in my mind. Just okay, Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 3. It says, "And I will gather the remnant of my flocks out of all countries." And I'm like, wow. I'm like, man, how did we miss this in the Christian church? That's literally what was going through my mind when I first encountered watching video of the brothers on the streets. And I'm sitting up there like, damn, I want to be like That's how I want to be. That's the only thing going through my mind. I'm like, you mean to tell me I'm in the Christian church? How in the hell did I miss this? Reading the Bible all that time, I said, how in the hell did we miss this? That's honestly what I was saying. I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whether I have driven them, and I will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. He said, I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries. And I said, dang, what the hell? Now, this is another scripture that they went to that woke me up too. And from watching the videos online, that's how I'm able to go to these scriptures like this. Because if I wouldn't have watched them videos to this day, I'd still probably been half damn ignorant. Okay, Deuteronomy is 28, and I think it's 64, I think. 64. I think it's 60. Hold on, 60. Yeah, here we go. And the Lord shall scatter thee amongst all people. Now, what I just read in Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 3. And I will gather you from all the nations. Over there, Jeremiah said, that's a witness. Jeremiah said God will gather his children from, I will gather you from all nations. That's what he said. Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 3. I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whether I have driven them. Jeremiah said, I will gather my remnant. I will gather my remnant out of all countries. All countries. And Moses is saying, and the Lord shall scatter thee amongst all people. It's the same thing. From the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. That wood represents white Jesus. I'm going to say it like that. And the stone represents Islam and Christianity. Because Islam have a capital stone, right? And that's in Babylon Temple of 2. So when they went to those scriptures, let's look at, matter of fact, here's Babylon Temple of 2 right here. On page, let's go to Babylon Temple of 2 on page, let's see here. Let's go to Islam. I know exactly where we're at. I'm going to try to read something, a thing about Elijah Muhammad right quick. The capstone, it breaks it down about Islam. Okay, here we go, right here. I found it quick because I thank God I actually read this. Okay, there it is right there. Now I'm gonna read it. It says, I tell you what, let's start over here. Islam and Judaism. Islam and Judaism right here. It says, the Prophet Muhammad adopted many principles and laws from the Jewish religion. First of all, the basic idea of monotheism, which is the belief in one God. The Jewish confession of the unity of God. Now, Jewish, that's fake Jews. Is Shem, is the Hebrew name for Israelites. Israel, Ida, Elohim, Ada, Ehud. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. The Muhammad slogan is as follows. Allah and Allah, Muhammad, result Allah. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the prophet of Allah. See that? Muhammad, listen to this here. I want y'all to listen to this carefully. Muhammad adopted also the main details of the Jewish calendar. You see what I'm saying? The Day of Atonement, the Sabbath, much of the Bible and its narratives from the Midrash and many points of the ritual laws. Accidentally, the Jews prayed 3 times a day, fasting the city of Jerusalem. And the Muslim truth believers prayed 5 times. Okay, Muslims, true believers, prayed 5 times a day facing the city of Mecca. My bad, I said the other part wrong. Muhammad adopted also the main details of the Jewish calendar and the Day of Atonement, the Sabbath, much of the Bible and its narratives from the Mardash, and many points of the ritual laws accidentally. The Jews prayed 3 times a day facing the city of Mecca. I said feasting, but it's facing the city of Mecca. And the city of Mecca was Jerusalem. They was facing and looking toward the Jerusalem. Okay, facing the city of Jerusalem. And the Muslims, true believers, prayed 5 times a day facing the city of Mecca. That's Jerusalem. Trying his best. Trying his best, Muhammad sought to convert the Jews to his new religion. But no avail. The Jews were admitted and resisted to change the high esteem which the prophet hold for the Jews was transformed to enmity, and instead of aliens, he looked upon them as competitioners of Muhammad. Muhammad needed the confirmation of the influential Jews to validate his mission, as all upstairs needed the backing of someone influential. Muhammad therefore turned against the Jews and became their tormentor. So Muhammad was a Jewish person. All right, now let's keep going. This is going to get into that wood and stone that I was talking about, the Nation of Islam, because the Nation of Islam was created 622 years after Christ. Let's keep going. The two daughters of Judaism. The offspring of Judaism are Christianity and Islam. The offspring of Judaism are Christianity and Islam. Now, history was repeating itself. The proponents of Christianity said to the Jews, "We accept your Bible, morals, and monotheism only received from us Jesus Christ, the great prophet, the Messiah, of whom all the prophets spoke in the scriptures. Because the Jews refused, they were despised and hated." Muhammad tried to contrast his religion as closely as he could after the Jewish religion. He favored the Jews. That means he converted to the Jew faith. He favored the Jews by accepting many of their laws and traditions. When the Jews refused to be converted, he commanded his followers to stop turning to the holy city of Jerusalem and prayer, but rather to turn to the city of Mecca, talking about the Jerusalem. He changed the Jewish Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, or feast day, which he accepted for the month of Ramadan. Muhammad changed the Jewish Sabbath from Saturday to Friday. We have another parallel with Christianity in the 4th century. The church changed the Sabbath to Sunday and recognized at its calendar to make Easter separate Passover like Christianity. Also, Muslims included in his Bible the Quran. The Muslims included in their Bible the Quran accusations concerning the Jews. Nevertheless, the Quran glorified many biblical personalities. Many biblical personalities. That means all religions. Catholics, Seventh-day Adventists, all that shit. In order to win the pagans into this is the last part, y'all. In order to win the pagans into the church, Christianity adopted many barbaric customs. This is the reason why we got to leave that Christmas stuff alone. In order to win the pagans into the church, Christianity adopted many barbaric customs. Those are the Jewish people. And the traditions. Likewise, Muhammad, to gain the loyalty of the pagan Arabs, the pagans, Arabs adopted many of their beloved customs. The Kaaba stone, an idol, was to receive high regard in new religion. Also, the pagan temple at Mecca was to remain as a holy site. That was on page 49 of Babylon Temple of Two. And that's going into Muhammad. How he, Muhammad, according to history, he was a Jewish man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what, not I think, the Bible says in Titus, the book of Titus chapter 1, I think it's, I know it's Titus, the book of Titus. It's talking about the, watch this here. The book of Titus, I think I got it right, yeah. The book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 12. I'm going to start at verse 12. One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, the Christians are always liars, evil beasts, slow bellies. Verse 13, this witness is true. That means Paul bear witness to it. This witness, in other words, he's saying, damn, that's true. This witness is true. Wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith. Now let's read this here. Not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. Now what did we just read? It says Muhammad turned against the Jews and became their tormentor. See that? Not Titus chapter 1 and verse 14. Not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. I'm not going to bore a lot of people out, because I know some people might get bored with this here. But, yeah. So that's what happened, man. Christianity is a fake religion. Seventh-day Adventists. All that is bullshit. You're looking at a man. Now, I'm still trying to learn how to read other stuff. I'm just familiar with that because I've been practicing, but because I really realize that all words are not the same. You may get another book with words in them, maybe different. And I had to go back and play the audio in order to be able to break some of those words down in that book. Because before, when I first got it, I've been on camera. People would have been laughing. Like, man, what the hell? You need to go practice your reading before you get on camera and go to saying any damn thing. Look, y'all, I done gotten this damn far with this video. I'm 53 minutes into this video. And before you know it, it'll be an hour and something. So I might as well just let this play for an hour. But I had to come get that part off my chest, though. I told y'all I was going to be all over the place. Now, I did say that. If you go back and you look at me, you watch this video from the beginning. If you was rocking with me from the beginning of this video, you're going to know what I made sure. Before I went into anything, I made that perfectly clear. I said, y'all, look, I'm going to be all over the place. It's going to sound like I am, but I'm going to do everything I can is to come back to my original point and say what I've been saying. Because I started off talking about the men. I think men are more, black men, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American men are more dedicated and catch feelings faster for women based upon, and I'm speaking as a man. I'm not trying to speak for all of them, but I am speaking for the law. I believe I'm speaking for the large majority of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men. I'm not talking about the other men, the Asian, the so-called white men, and all them other people. I'm only speaking for blacks, Hispanic, and Native American men who can relate to this the most. When we get involved with our women, we really fall. I would say they say women love harder. I don't know, because unless it's the same thing, it's the same love. They just go about it different. I don't know, because the reason that we think that, so see, we go into the relationship when we look at a woman. We'll take this woman. If this woman can be a homeless woman, a black woman, a Hispanic, or if she's pretty, and that guy got his shit together, he ain't gonna. Although it's a man's job, it's the, you know what I'm saying. He's not gonna be like, well, if you want me to lay up with you, you gotta give me some. You gotta give me some money. I need me about 2,000. This and that. You know what I'm saying. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm just speaking how that. But we go into it. We going into it thinking about we want to have pleasure with you, but at the same time we going into it. Damn, man! If I get into the bar, I'm gonna catch more than just wanting to just for some pleasure, or just to a one night stand. I'm gonna catch feelings. I'm gonna let you know that now, because we catch feelings. It's like, I don't know. Y'all correct me if y'all think I'm wrong. It's like we desire them more. Now I could be wrong now, and I want it to sound like I'm cutting the sisters down or nothing like that, because we know that the natural instinct of blacks, Hispanic, and Native American woman, we know that they wants to be taken care of. But I understand that what we be trying to say to them is like, the so-called white man, they have always have been in positions to where they didn't have to worry about having the resources is to support their women and children. The Caucasian man, because they always been in a position to where the resources of money, the resources of transportation, the resources of education, the resources of college education, all that type of stuff, they always was good when it came to that. They never had problems when it came to the resources of education and stuff like that for their family. Because if their families was fucked up, they was able to go and spend lots of money, expensive dollars, and get them put in a school to help them develop their mind to be really perfect in this society. They always had money like that. But see, we blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people, we grew up in a position to where we was born in poverty, and we was raised in poverty. So we just didn't have it like that. You see what I'm saying? When the last time you ever seen a black, Hispanic, or Native American man say, look, I'm going to buy you an airplane, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that for you? What race of people you know that own? What's those things, those outwheel doors, that them golf carts that people, probably call them a different name now. They got a company here. What black or Hispanic or Native American man say, I'm going to go to my shop and I'm going to ask my granddaddy to help me to give me this here? I'm going to ask my granddaddy is to let me have a black wheel outdoors. And he going to give it to, I'm going to go to the shop and take it home. No. Who does that sound like? That sounds more like the Caucasian man. Because the Caucasian man, they children now can go to their granddaddy's store, and they can actually they what I'm trying to say is they benefit more off the system than our people do. Let me see, is it still raining out here? Well, it's not raining, but it's dark out here, and it's kind of pretty cool out there. Matter of fact, let me turn this light on, man. Because it's getting, it's looking dark like that because it's been, this thing getting ready to be 59 more seconds. Shoot, it's going to be an hour, I've been on live for almost an hour now. It's going to be an hour and a couple of more seconds, It's 40 seconds, 41 seconds, 42, 43 seconds, 44 seconds, 45 seconds, 47, 48 seconds, 49 seconds, 50 seconds, 52 seconds. Okay, I'm just 52, 53, 54, 56 seconds, 58 seconds, 59 seconds, an hour. Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. You know, that's something how God enabled man is to create where you can create your image. How do y'all think that happened? That's what I be asking too. Because I think somebody told me there's a natural satellite in the sky, and it turns. And when you speaking some kind of way, it picks up your images or something in the sky or something, and it's picking up the image and it's sending signal to this thing here, and the voice is like it's something that God created that you know like, that's amazing. That's powerful. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder what the sound it would have to come from the signature. I guess it comes from a certain type of signature that God created that we don't understand, I guess. So I've been live 1 hour and 1 minute and 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 seconds and over that. Yep. Yep. So I guess I'm gonna get up out of here. I guess I kept it out long enough. And I feel like, in my opinion, I have to go back and watch the video and see. I think I did a okay job executing certain points and stuff like that, you know. So I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all.